Still recording, but not.
Kind of wish that I didn't. I'm not rocking the bright blue socks.
Hello.
Hello.
It's okay. The bright blue socks are just fine, even though they do clash with the giant cloud of black that you're wearing.
A little bit.
Hi everyone. We are here doing our live stream for our Tuesday launch of the Namahage cloak, which is seen right here. I really like this design. I have heard that you also really like this.
I am so excited for this design, and I know exactly what I'm gonna get it. So, I'm honestly so excited about it.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
You're excited to sell it too. It's a lot.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a lot of fabric, but it's definitely not like the craziest thing.
Yeah. Did you also make the Viking cloak?
I did. Yeah. Those are long.
These are long. This is a little shorter than that, but the material is a little heavier. This is a bonded waterproof fabric, so it's got 3 layers of material. It's super waterproof.
Extra waterproof.
It's very techy. Techwear is made out of this. This is techwear. Wow, we made techwear.
It's techy.
It is the same material as the Jonin, actually, but it is not lined, so it's a little bit lighter weight.
Yep.
Kind of. But it's also a lot more material.
Yeah. I don't think that I would want this to be lined, because that would just
That'd be a lot.
feel like too much.
Yeah.
And also be a lot to sew.
Yes.
Mm.
It has armholes, which you like.
I love the armholes. Like, when you came out, so David does a little fashion show for us when he has new things, and so he comes out like this, right? And then he just goes, "Whatcha?" And I was like, lost my brain. I was so excited. And it's so amorphous on the body, which I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Because anything that hides the figure is great.
Fair enough. I think it's easy. You just toss it over your head, and then it is on, and you are protected from the rain.
Mm-hmm.
And you could be wearing something else. You could be wearing I don't know, colors underneath it, and you could be hiding them. Yes. Or if you're wearing one of our not waterproof jackets, like the Hacker or something like this, you can just wear this over, and then you can put it aside when you are outside of the elements.
And then, yeah.
Yeah. It's got these nice gutters. I don't want to call them gutters. That's a word.
Is that the technical term for them?
No, I have no idea. It's
They're awnings, if anything.
It's an awning. Yeah, it is added protection, I guess, probably, but I don't know. I haven't tested that specific. I think it adds some. To me, it's part of the Jonin, it's part of the ninja sort of style. Mm-hmm. But I do think that it adds some structure to the shoulder, which gives it a little bit of, some direction for the water to go.
And it sort of defines the figure a little bit more, so it's not just
a bag.
Yeah. It's got the cool little waterproof zippers.
We had just enough of that material from the operator system left over to add it into this product, at least for this run. If it goes to contender, we'll have to order more fabric or more of that zipper, but that's okay.
I don't know if you guys can see it on the stream, probably not, but it has a little black on black embossed Volante
Print
on it, which is super neat and cool. Just a nice little touch there. But it's on both of the pockets. It's on both of the pockets here, so that all of the stuff in your pockets doesn't get wet. It's on the neck here too, and also, if you're really caught out in the storm, I don't know if how many of you guys are in the northeast area, but sometimes we get sideways rain.
Yeah.
So it can actually, the little armhole zips up.
Zipper.
So you can really seal yourself in there and be super safe from the elements.
Yeah. You good?
Yeah, I'm just starting to find a hole now that I've rotated.
The shoulder design also helps you to find the front when you put it on and not have it spin around and have the hood on backwards.
That would be quite silly. This hood is also not one that would be particularly great and functional
Yeah.
backwards.
Backwards, no, because it would just be in front of your face like this. Exactly. It's perfect.
Great. I don't have to talk to anybody. I don't have to acknowledge people. I'm just here in my little bubble.
He is, somebody asked on our Discord for a 5 foot, approximately closer to 5 foot person wearing it. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'4" ish.
Cool. So that's, I hope, close enough to give you an idea of like, there's, you can still see Keith's legs.
Leg.
Not completely. I mean, it is a giant poncho, so it is going to sort of envelop you a bit, but it's not. I don't know. I think it still looks. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, so the Viking cloaks came originally in two lengths, the long and the short.
Right.
And like the short was fine on me, but the long was like almost to the floor on me. So this is kind of that in between lengths. That's kind of, I think.
Yeah. After making the Viking cloaks and seeing how people liked those things, I realized that like we could just have this be half in between, and it would work just fine, and everyone would be pretty happy. Especially considering that it's a slightly different like utility that it's going for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Viking cloak was not waterproof. This is meant to sort of like go out in a hurricane.
And the Viking cloak had like a center open, so like if the wind, so like this doesn't open at all. It is a giant cone, basically.
Code. And what's really great is even though it's like the same material as the Jonin I get really warm in if I'm wearing it like indoors and stuff. But this one, because there's like a lot of room in it, it's not terribly, like I'm not sweating to death inside, which would kind of defeat the purpose of keeping you dry, I suppose.
To be sweating.
To be sweating.
Now you're just creating your own rain.
Wet on the inside, wet on the outside.
I personally, I really like these pockets. I think
Oh yeah, they're really cool.
you're gonna have fun putting those on, but they're kind of, I don't know. It's a different way of doing a pocket than I've done before. It's kind of cool, and it adds to this layering effect, which is the inspiration, or the name is the Namahage, which is a type of Japanese demon, and they are usually shown wearing those like straw capes. Like what Ashitaka wears in Princess Mononoke, like that thing, which is which is the traditional garment, but this demon is almost always seen wearing it. And it's this layered straw cape, so that's kind of where the layering sort of style came from.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, they're really big pockets too. Like an iPhone here, iPhone 8, I believe. For reference.
You could probably put a iPad in there.
Probably one of like the minis or like a Switch. I like to tell people that they can fit a Switch in
their pockets.
In their pockets. Sometimes this is probably most definitely.
Yeah, I realized that I could fit a Switch in this pocket with only just like the little corner of the Joy-Con sticking out.
Oh my god.
I was like, that's great. I could just carry this Switch around in my pant pocket
Oh yeah.
and like comfortably walk. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, so someone asked, what made you choose to release the Namahage cloak first?
First,
I'm gonna miss out of the selfie live streams.
yeah. This one, I mean, it looks complicated, but it's only got one size, so it is technically less complex. It was ready earlier, for one. I also think that it's a good time in terms of like rain season. The vests and stuff will be more relevant closer to the summer and into the fall and stuff. So like we want these to be out a little earlier.
Yeah, we're just about to hit our rainy season around here.
There is also like a little bit, we're having trouble with supply chain stuff. And we have to some of our choices are made for us by materials not arriving or arriving just in time or something like that. So this material, which is also being used in the Jonin, is arriving sometime in the next few days. So it'll be here and we can use it. So we can just get right on it.
Excellent.
I have a question. It's not specifically a live stream, but I have heard people asking it. Can you talk a little bit about, so that facts I've heard some people talking about, like, so waterproof fabric tends to be a little lighter weight, and maybe it's like when you pick up a waterproof jacket, it doesn't seem as heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of people equate heaviness with quality. Can you talk a little bit about like the like waterproof fabric's expensive? Like, can you talk a little bit about the cost ratio of like what goes into this super lightweight with waterproof textile fabric?
Sure, I can. This material is actually not that lightweight because it's custom. We get this particular version is custom made for us to our specifications. So we got it. Most of our coats are made out of a cotton that is approximately 250 grams per square meter. And so I asked them to make us a 250 gram per square meter waterproof material. So this basically matches the weight of most of our jackets. It's a little stiffer, I think, especially initially, and I don't think it'll wear in quite the same way that cotton will. But it is kind of the same weight, and because it's multiple layers of material that are like fused together. They can choose to put like a heavier backing or a heavier membrane in the middle, like to sort of get close enough to the weight that we want.
That's cool.
I also think that like even if this was 100 grams less, like if we used a different, like I said, it's backing or it's the membrane, the shell, the outer material on this material is abrasive resistant. It's a little bit more. Some waterproof fabric is water resistant or water repellent, and that is lighter weight and it's nylon. And sometimes it's not as durable, but most of the time it's a perception, I think, more than a fact. I think it does last pretty well. And this will last especially well, I think.
Yeah, and it's like feel and weight wise, I would almost compare it more to like almost a scuba material rather than what you would see in like a windbreaker,
Right.
or like our aviator pattern, which is on the
lighter side.
yeah. It's definitely
But yeah, like the Augment J3 is the same material, but a bit lighter. It's heavier than the old Augment J3 material, and it's a different material. It's waterproof as opposed to water repellent. But yeah, that one does feel a bit lighter and feels less durable, but it isn't. It's the same stuff.
This one's like fully water repellent. Like I could stand out in the
Yes.
rain for hours and be okay.
I keep joking, but we could make a canteen. Like you could literally hold water in it. Just turn it inside out and just hold yeah.
Make it take that.
This is basically a diving bell. You just put it on and go underneath. You can just hold air.
Oh, that would be really hilarious if I just jumped in the pool. Just
Yeah. Yeah, and then just like the air comes out of the hood hole.
just
So someone asked if this moves up to contender, what other colors could you envision?
This is a question people have asked about the Jonin as well. I'm not sure. Until it moves up to contender, I can't order material because it's custom made. They'll have to order specific material in colors, and so we have to be sort of choosy about what materials we use. I think it would be pretty awesome in most of the colors. I think it would be awesome in white. And then since it's waterproof, it might be easier to clean.
Brian asked about like graphics, or because I know a lot of techwear companies like to put like things on there. It doesn't really fit in a lot of our design philosophy, but is that something that you ever thought about?
I've thought about it. It's a very cool idea. I think we have a screen printer, which is a different kind of application method. I'm not sure what method they use on like techwear brands because you want it to be sort of rubberized or
yeah.
I don't know how to do that yet. But that would be very cool.
I mean, so it's part of like the Ninja techwear line, so I would imagine colors that are fairly appropriate to ninjas and stuff, like bright orange.
Yeah, bright orange,
White.
white. Like bright storm shadow is white. You could do gold, just like bright scorpion colored gold.
Ooh. All of the
Sub-Zero, just all the ninjas that you know. We can do all of those.
excellent.
Someone asked, could we see any more future products that will be made from this fabric?
No. Only because I don't have any other any product ready that's made out of this material yet. But I've been experimenting with it, and there will be stuff soon.
It's cool material.
Yeah, it's really fun. I think it could become a really like staple of our collections.
Mm-hmm. It,
Someone asked about sizing and if it accommodates all of our normal jacket sizes.
It is a one size product. I think it does accommodate everything. I mean, it has some structure to the shoulder, but there's like, your shoulders are an inch further in, but it looks, it stands out pretty good. But then there's also plenty of room in this part of the shoulder to accommodate a larger, like a broader shouldered person. And there's plenty of room to put all of the jackets underneath it. I played around with the sizing quite a bit to make it so that it still looked like it had some structure or some fit while being very broadly accessible.
And then we have one more question, and someone asked, could we see the Namahage in future conventions?
Because it's the designer's workshop, it won't be going to conventions now. Yeah, if it becomes a contender, it will go to conventions and we'll have it I think it's fairly easy to travel with, although, man, it'll be a pain to fold at the end of the show.
maybe we can just like have one out.
Maybe we just have a couple, yeah. It's bad enough folding the Virgil because you need an entire table to do it. It becomes one whole thing. But this is like, you need a broad, like a big space.
Mm-hmm. No, there was what was it? It was the aviator satin longer jacket. I have one. It has
Like
buckles.
The augment jade. What do you?
It wasn't one of the augments.
Okay.
It was one of our like longer jackets.
Oh, the Zaga.
Yeah, the Zaga. That one was a rough one.
It was still fold.
No, because it's like all slippery and puffy, so it just like
They resist being folded.
it just kind of spring back out.
You fold it up and you turn around to get the box ready, and it's just like.
Hmm. So I've survived that, so I think this will.
It should be
alright.
okay, but yeah. If it becomes a contender, we'll bring it to show. I think it's a good fit. It's easy to add on to other things.
That's all the questions we have.
Sweet. I think that about covers it. It's super cool material. It's waterproof. It is available now. There's a pre-order for 2 weeks. At the end of that 2 weeks, we will stop that pre-order because we want to then start making it. So we need to, that's basically going to determine the numbers. If you don't order in that 2 weeks, there is unlikely to be extras afterwards. So this is like, there's a window to order it and that's it. And if it is really successful, then we will go to contender, we'll make more of them. But if it isn't, then whatever we get orders for in these 2 weeks is it. Is that everything? So you can order it until May 24th. It's a super cool techwear poncho. And thanks for joining us. Bye-bye. One sound. Sweet. Thank you.